Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over.
Hey, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to match number 2 on match day 2. My name is Grizzly and you have just tuned into League Ego's India Invitational version 3.0. If you're new here, make sure you guys are subscribed. We are an esports organization that we're committed to conducting tournaments both in the US and in India. We want to do whatever we can from our side to help build the ecosystem in India, the Indian esports ecosystem in India. Sorry about that. We're so excited to see what's happening in this scene, and we just want to do our bit to help out. This is an 8-team knockout that we're currently conducting, and the big prize pool is 50,000 rupees. That's what everyone's playing for, and every match is going to be played out as a best of 3 except for the finals, which is going to be a best of 5, and that is scheduled for Sunday. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel and turn on your notifications so you get notified on when we go live. My name is Grizzly, and this right here is my good friend Grey Knight. What's up, Grey Knight? How are you feeling today?
Oh man, I just made some black bean paste noodles with some nice chicken, so I'm really happy right now.
Alright, yum. That sounds good. I actually grabbed a burger real quick between that break, and I'm feeling good too. I'm feeling good and I'm feeling all set, folks. This is the Team VALOR versus Reckoning Esports. Two big names in the scene right now that are waiting to face off against each other. I have pretty much everybody more or less ready to go in the lobby. And a quick look at the map pool before we do get going, Grey Knight. This is Ascent, Haven and Bind. What are your thoughts on that? This is the first match so far where we are seeing Bind. What do you think about that?
Already heard my theory on Bind. I really like that map. It gives a lot of outplay potential. Definitely want to see both teams to at least pick a cipher on that map, just because of the way you can handle yourself and just keep like a site closed off until your team rotates back to you. I really enjoy hookah plays. It's been a like traditional map ever since the beta days. Definitely want some teams to like be caught off guard. There's so many angles when you go through hookah and when you go through a long, a really good sniper's nest as well. So Bind, definitely one of those maps that the retake is very easy, defending it is pretty easy, it's either favored, and it gives a lot of potential for teams to come back. But again, Ascent, Haven, then Bind. We're looking at Ascent, which is already a split map, Haven, which is very defender heavy, as we've seen in the last 3 games that we've seen multiple teams fail to either attack or make their presence known or go dominant in defender heavy and pull their lead and pull off a victory through that. So I'm assuming that maybe we won't get to see Bind, but I would really like to.
Me too. And yeah, an interesting statistic here. Every match so far in round 1 has finished at 2-0. Are you surprised to see that? I am so surprised to see that. Not a single match has gone into the tiebreaker, into map number 3.
You know, with Team Asteria and ROG, I was really hoping for the game to go into 3. It was looking like a possibility, but man, like ROG closed off that game really well. So, again, these are some big leagues, Reckoning versus VALOR, so I'm really hoping that this team can give us the first 3-game what we've been looking for. It was like the fans would love it. I know that Bullet is a very heavy fan favorite going in. I'm really excited to be watching Juven, Bond F, and Trist. These all players look very solid, and I'm definitely looking for some of those like Killjoy kills, the annoying bots, some nice flicks and headshots by the fraggers. Both teams have a jet. Really happy with that. 2 fraggers on the side of VALOR. So again, really looking for a clean game, crisp headshots, and let's see what this team do.
Absolutely, man. I'm excited. I mean, I want to also quickly talk about agent compositions before we get into it. And interestingly, we saw a double initiator pick from Asteria on Haven. They had both Sova and Sky on there, which I thought was pretty interesting. And don't get me wrong, I've seen the double controller meta work really well in some certain regions, and even in our previous tournament we actually saw Team Tempest doing that. But a double initiator setup is something that really excites me. It's not the case here, folks. The teams are more or less ready, and we're gonna walk everybody through the lineups real quick. And this is what the teams are set up like. We've got Hunter on the side of Team Valor, who is going to be on that Sova. We have Pasha Sahil on the Jet. We've got Buster, who's going to be on that Phoenix. Pixels is going to be the Astra, the controller of choice. And Bullet is going to be on that Killjoy. Interesting. And a very, I would say, standard selection. 2 duelists, 1 sentinel, 1 controller, and 1 initiator. Pretty much a standard lineup. On the side of Reckoning Esports, very similar. The only difference being the Phoenix has been swapped out for that raise, and with that, folks, the match has more or less begun. And what a start here. What a start. A lot of damage being done to Buster from that nade.
Yeah, that was very well done by him. Headshot coming in.
Oh dear.
And Bullet is like the person I'm following. Pixels gets a beautiful 2. Buster and Pixel going off. Valor definitely looking to be in form starting with this game. They're trying to make a quick game out of this one, and I'm really happy and I'm glad, because these 2 teams definitely don't want to give each other any moment of the day to get easy and breathe easy. You're going to keep them on their toes, and that's what Valor needs to do. They just need to let them play into their hands. You see Juven and Triss go in, and Triss gets taken out by Hunter. A beautiful headshot by that Ghost. Juven looking at his fallen buddy. What will he do? Will he swing and miss? Will he get that headshot on the Pixels? He's very low. And he does get a headshot on the Pixels. Hunter takes out Juven, and just like that, Valor.
First round on the board, folks. Team Valor making it look a little bit easy, it has to be said, on the side of Team Reckoning Esports. A quick look at their lineups. Trisk Boss is going to be on that Killjoy. Juven is going to be on the Sova. Bond F is going to pick up that raise today. Panzer, once again, I've seen him on the Astra before. He is effective, to say the least. And speaking about effective, speaking about clinical, it's going to be Jin who's going to be on that Jet. Seth, you need to watch out for this man. He is an absolute beast. I've seen him pop off in a few games before, even in the previous invitational we had over here at League Ego.
There we go, Pascal gets a beautiful kill onto the Jin, proving that he is the better Jet, built different.
Ooh.
And better Jet always wins. And there you go, Bullet gets an amazing flick onto Triss with a headshot with the Spectre. Bullet lurking, finding another. Will he find Bond F? And he does.
Spike
Bond F
down,
just
B.
not looking healthy enough and gets caught in the crossfire.
Bullet here continuing to inflict the damage. He has picked up more kills, and now it is down to just the last player, Juven. He only has a Sheriff in his hands. They did come in with a half-buy, folks.
Bullet already knows where Juven is. The team is moving in, inching closer. Juven is sweating through his teeth. Man, this guy is in a tough spot. And there you go. Bullet finds the 3K.
What a combo play there from Astra, getting that the stun in as Bullet just quietly wrapping around all the way from spawn. And with that, folks, it is going to be 2-0 on the scoreboard. Interesting comment in the chat. How many Team Liquid jerseys do you own?
This is my 4th one.
This is your 4th one? Oh my god. Naman, there you go, man. That one was for you,
one with my name on it, man. I want my name on it. You will see Grey Knight 137 become a household name. I'm telling you. For the end of this tournament, I will buy
be famous,
one.
dude. I'm looking forward to that Hollywood life. Not gonna lie.
Look at when I go back on webcam, I'll show you. I got this jersey's sweet. Like the tag of authentication and everything. I bought it from like Team Liquid's after party itself. Back to the game. RGE Twist gets a beautiful kill onto Bullet. Bullet now out of commission, grinding his teeth because he got caught in that crossfire against a fellow Killjoy. Pixel's over here trying to get a kill onto Panzer. Panzer waiting for his time. Panzer gets a nice couple shots onto Pixel. Pixel, will he be able to win? No. Panzer tagging Pixel as they're caught in the crossfire. Better Astro wins. Panzer gets a nice headshot onto the Pixel.
Last player
with
standing.
his Vandal. Buster gets taken out by Bond F, who knew he was there. And he just
Out of charge.
We'll come back to the Team Liquid after party story in a bit. but we want to hear more about that for sure. But just to catch up, Reckoning Esports putting that gun round away as they should, and Team Valor were on that bonus round if I'm not mistaken. But take a look at Pasha Sahil. This man has other ideas. He has already picked up that operator, and it'll be interesting to see where he's gonna set up with this.
Sight.
Taking a shot early on,
Alright,
he's
let's
fallen
see it.
back now.
A beautiful drone by Bond F. Will he be able to detect anyone? I think the drone got shot out. A nice nade. Doesn't really nick anyone. Capturing the orb here. Trist on the Reckoning side. Puts down her Killjoy ultimate. Let's see if she's able to tag anyone or push the enemy defenders away. Get a beautiful, nice spike down. 4 of the Reckoning members are trying to get those clicks. They see Pasha Sahil. He's able to dash away. They finally find Buster. He dies to Trist. Buster takes that pretty comfortable spot. So even in death, he becomes useful. Trist kicks out Pasha Sahil. It's a 3-for-3. Reckoning and Valor both head-to-head. And there you go. Pixel takes out Trist. A 3-for-2.
That is a big pick.
Valor was
That is a
very,
big
very
pick.
confident. Get another kill. Man, caught out guard.
Shutting that
Nice
down.
kill.
What an efficient retake.
Valor.
That was 3 players still alive intact. They will save those guns and will register round number 3 for themselves. That this is a strong start from Team Valor on defense. And we need to talk about the magic number in just a bit. But I think some momentum building early on perhaps for Team Valor. Must be feeling good about themselves surely.
Absolutely, and as you can see, Pasha Sahil now has the op. As we've seen Jet mains get really thrifty with that op, and that op is just amazing. I love that weapon. I love people who are able to handle it really well. And let's see if Pasha Sahil can finally climb from the bottom of the leaderboard all the way to at least the top with some of those kills, giving his team a confident lead. As the second, as Reckoning not necessarily seem to have the entirety of the buys that they would need with 3 light armors.
Just a quick reminder, if you guys are just tuning in, this is a best of 3 and the map pool that has been chosen through the veto process is going to be Ascent, Haven and Bind, and I need to come back to that in a bit because this action in mid is really starting to heat up.
Bullet is unable to catch anyone, but Bullet does catch Bond F finally after the game goes down. Will he be able to catch Jin? He does. Buster gets a tag on to Jin. Panzer gets a tag on to Buster.
One enemy remaining.
Juven to Bullet. Buster to Panzer. Juven to Pasha Sahil. And just like that, Valor in the driver's seat once again. Apes together strong.
Apes together strong.
And they're gonna kill him.
I love that. Apes together strong. But for now, Juven with the spike, trying to salvage something, maybe searching for that spike plant perhaps just to get that little bit of a boost. But Pixels is going to be waiting for him in this A side. He does have the Hunter's Fury as an option. And I don't think it's going to be of much use in a 1v3 situation because he will get rushed while he tries to navigate that post plant. And Pixels is ready for him. Pixels is behind that green box. If
30
Juven...
seconds left.
Watch for hell, buddy. Oh, he's not. He finds him. He finds a headshot. Trying to tag him with the shock dart. A nice little tag. There you go. He gets him through the...
That's big.
And he won't be able to plant.
That's big.
Buster and Hunter need to find this guy.
Clutch potential.
Need to kill him.
Seth, clutch potential. For sure. He picks
he
one.
does have the clutch potential. The 1v1. And he's almost there. Even nice
Nearly.
try, GG, buddy.
Nearly. That would have been an ace, man. That would have been an ace. What a... I mean, he was pretty lucky to get that kill onto Pixels, I'm not gonna lie. And after that, getting that snappy headshot onto the first player coming out of tree. But in the end, the trade was there. And
I think Pixels was just a little too jumpy right next to the box.
I think so too. I think so too.
He should have just been hidden because Hunter would have walked right into his crosshairs trying to plant where he was supposed to, or where he was trying to. And now we have a timeout by Team Reckoning trying to figure out how to cope with a 3-round lead.
Absolutely.
On Valor.
Absolutely. And I think the timeout plays a big role even in the momentum of the both teams built together. And sometimes you just want to break that rhythm that's working against you, working against your team. And this 60 seconds or so can really help to do that at this point. Reckoning Esports surely thinking to themselves, 4-1, how do we turn this around? And first up, we probably will see an eco round from them. Taking a look at their economies, I can see a couple of sheriff purchases, but those numbers definitely suggesting that they will not be investing into this round. A quick look at the scoreboard here. Both the Sovas dominating. Seth, that's always nice to see. Hunter with 6 kills and 1 death, and Juven on the side of Reckoning Esports 6 kills as well. The Sovas, the day of the Sovas, perhaps.
I think so, man. Sovas have always been a pretty dominant part in this tournament, as we've seen time and time again. They really provide their team that information, and doing with that clutch potential. Definitely someone that we need to be looking for. Might be able to just get a pentakill over here that I'm hoping for. He was very close with that 4K last round, so here's to me keeping my fingers crossed and praying.
Placing swarm grenade. Turned out.
5 sheriff purchases for Team Reckoning Esports. It'll be interesting to see how they face off against and how they approach this round, really. Hunter trying to bully Jin from mid.
Honda F also has that information. Will he nade Hunter out so Jin can get a nice angle? Jin not able to find a tag, and neither is Hunter. Jin does get tagged out. Oh, nope, never mind. That's my bad. Yeah, no, Jin gets tagged out a little bit by Hunter.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I just couldn't see it on my screen for a little bit. Anyways, Jin gets taken out by Pasha Sahil. Bond F takes out Pixel instead. Pasha Sahil takes out Panzer. Juven with a nice kill on the Pasha Sahil. This team is trading in a bench spot left and right. Again, it's a 3-for-3. Hunter, a beautiful spot to take out Bond F as he walks willy-nilly through courtyard, not checking his angles. Chris might have that same fate as Hunter throws a dart arrow, maybe giving his position off.
The spike now dropped outside of A's shot. Juven here should be able to pick it up. He also has managed to salvage a phantom here.
Always nice. That's always nice. Juven definitely the one with the clutch potential, as you saw in last round. Will this one for his team? No. Hunter or Buster takes out Juven, and so does Chris. And with that, that's just another round given into Valor's bank account.
Putting away an easy eco round, no problems whatsoever, as you would expect from Team Valor. And now Reckoning Esports need to respond. They need to respond positively. 5-1 on the scoreboard.
Pasha Sahil back on the op again. Will he be able to make quick work out of Team Reckoning with this?
I want to see where he's setting up. It looks like he's going to peek that B main, but ayo, take a look at this. 4 players of Reckoning Esports outside of A. This is looking like they are going to rush it. Pixels and Buster here playing a combo move outside of A main. Buster sneaking into the vines. Seth, we saw what happens to players who don't check vines.
Yeah, we've seen that time and time again. The Astra punished them the last round. And there you go, Pasha Sahil with an amazing shot on the Triss. A Hunter gets another one to point down from the count. The Kamehameha through a bow. Wow, what a great shot. And just like that, Reckoning gets instantly taken out by Team Valor. Valor definitely not hesitating to pull the trigger. Definitely on their A game today, and that is just exactly what you like to see. The Hunter does find Panzer to the corner of his eye as Hunter tries to escape. Or Panzer tries to escape. Will Hunter go for the hunt and hunt down Panzer? We'll find out. Bullet on the nice angle, and so is Pasha Sahil. Definitely not giving away any sort of positioning to Hunter, and well, not Hunter, Panzer, and Panzer just might run away and save, since that would be better for him with a phantom and a heavy armor with only 650 credits to his name.
30 seconds left.
Certainly will be disappointed. You have to imagine coming in with a full buy after saving. Would have hoped for better, unless Panzer does something spectacular here.
There you go, Pasha Sahil. Easy money.
Calling my bot.
That headshot and finally climbing up to the third on the leaderboard.
6-1 to Team Valor. The momentum for sure is on their side. Ascent has proven to be a more of a balanced map than some of the other maps we've seen in Valorant, like Split, which is heavily defender sided. But still, I would say that if you are defending first on Ascent, you need to back yourself to pick up at least 8 rounds, if not more. And doing a good start for Team Valor. 6 rounds already on the board. Just a couple of more rounds for them from that perspective. So must be feeling good about themselves.
About that magic number theory you got there. What about it? Is it up? 6-1, man.
For sure. I mean, as per my theory, Reckoning Esports need 4 more rounds if they want to have any hope of fighting back in that defense.
Oh my gosh, both Killjoys coming out with the ultimate. Jin here, definitely not looking to mess around with that ultimate sticking out. He'll be able to find someone. The Showstopper goes in and misses. Hunter takes out Jin. Jin not able to find anyone with his entire ultimate. Both teams, one player detained. Who gets the advantage here? Defenders have a little bit more of the ult running. Oh my god, Buster
down.
takes out
Defender
a
spawn.
beautiful kill on the Bond F as he is not dinked far enough. Now watching a beautiful angle, gets taken out by Trist with that Spectre, but Juven takes out Hunter with a headshot on the Sheriff, but Bullet here trying to look for his team, takes out the rest, and now it's just Juven on the run. And Buster might just have his number written.
Another comfortable round put away by Team Valor. Another eco round from Team Reckoning Esports. It is less than ideal for sure. Looking at the scoreline 7-1. And coming back to the discussion about the magic number, I've got to say, man, if you're attacking first on Ascent, you need to be looking at picking up at least 5 rounds. If not more. And if you've picked up 5 rounds on attack and you're going to go into the second half defending, I would give that team a fairly good chance to wrap up that game. But for now, Team Valor making it very difficult for those rounds on the attack. Only 1 round so far for them, for Reckoning Esports.
And we're seeing another A push by Team Reckoning. I do not think this is wise to do, as Buster is clearly cracked with that Vandal, and pushing him and Pixels may not be such a good idea with the Pop Flash and the Astra Stun. We'll just have to wait and see if they commit to it. They've definitely left the spike behind, so even if they do get the kill, they will have to run it back to get the spike. I do not like this decision at all from Reckoning. We will just have to see what happens.
Interesting position of the spike. They just left it out near spawn just to perhaps stay non-committal. And Bond F now coming back along with Trist Boss to pick up that spike, perhaps briefly contemplating a push towards that B site, which is heavily guarded by both Bullet as well as Hunter. And quite happy for now to continue on towards this A side, but they need to be worried, Seth, because Pasha Sahil has his op at A shot.
And there you go, Pasha Sahil, man of the hour, takes out Trist with a beautiful shot with his a drone coming in. Buster with a never mind, he doesn't pop flash.
30 seconds
yes,
left.
Instantly comes in. Jin now gets Jin takes out Buster. Buster had his eyes on the first, but his last
player standing.
Fast enough. Pixel takes out Juven, Panzer takes out Pixel. Pasha Sahil again coming in clutch with that up onto Panzer. Will Bullet be able to find his mark on Jin? Pasha Sahil looking for Jin. It's a Jet off. Who is the better Jet? We will find out. And there you have it. Pasha Sahil takes out Jin to be claimed as the better Jet with that frenzy with a Pico. And the defenders have taken another round with Valor, growing their already increasing lead, putting Reckoning in the dust.
8-1 on the scoreboard, and now Team Reckoning Esports must be starting to get a little bit worried looking at this. And I don't know at what point you decide that you need to go all guns blazing in, man. At this point, I think if I'm Team Reckoning Esports, I want to force every single round possible. With just 3 rounds left in this first half, they are planning to go in for another eco buy, a half buy, a couple of Spectres and 3 Sheriffs once again. They need to make this work, man.
Well, we've talked about this several times. Commented several times. This is not the way to go when you're that far behind. But again, I get it. If you have a deficit, you need some economy to come back to a rifle round. But we'll just have to wait and see, as this might just be another round on the fate of Team Reckoning. A beautiful Hunter by Juven. He does take out Bullet. Hunter takes out Juven. Hunter takes out Jin. Hunter now takes out Panzer as well. A beautiful round by Valor definitely in the lead in terms of health bar and numbers advantage. Will Pixel be able to smoke and clear those doors to get a beautiful shot onto Bond F, who is just sneaking behind him? Bond F is taken out by Pixels. Nice watch on the angle by Buster. He takes out RGE Triss, and just like that, Hunter defuses to give his team another round in the bag for Team Valor.
Team Valor really starting to making it look easy, man. They're starting to make this look easy. 9-1, and now Reckoning Esports do not have the opportunity to secure that magic number, because they can at the most win 2 more rounds, and that's just 3. It's just not enough. Yeah,
man, I don't know what to tell you. This is looking really, really for Team Reckoning. They don't seem to be upping their game at all. They just kind of seem to be doing things that they feel like would work and are praying for an off chance that it would work. Whereas Team Valor is definitely playing a precision base with keeping Buster on those heavy choke sites and Pasha Sahil with that off onto places where he can get those sneaky picks off and nice angles out. Team Reckoning seems to be getting a little scatterbrained right now with not knowing where to position themselves, and Valor definitely taking and making good use of that and putting the pressure where it's definitely deserved. Pasha Sahil kind of sneaking in with that, and
That
there
is
you go.
so
There
aggressive.
you have it.
That is so aggressive. All the way in towards A main.
Nice smoke by Pasha Sahil. Bond F might try to nade it into the smoke. Find it. The drone may not be able to find someone. The drone does find someone, giving Bond F the information, but he's instantly taken out by Buster, who is sitting in heaven, waiting for him to peek his head out. Another kill onto Team Reckoning with Jin headshotting Buster. Definitely the man of the hour. Pixels now has sight. Pixels with a double onto Jubin and Jin. Sights on the spike, and again, Valor another round awarded flawlessly.
Last round before the
Just
switch.
unable to get any sort of side control on that A side, and Pixels walking into A shot and picking up those two kills. Snappy, crispy headshots. Straight up, these guys are looking like they're all set to go, man. They're going for the big W. And folks, if you're just tuning in, this is a best of 3, and the map pool for this match is going to be Ascent, Haven and Bind. So don't go anywhere. If you are Reckoning Esports fans watching this right now, we have 2 more maps yet to come. And Team Reckoning, I've seen them play before, and they're capable of pulling back tough situations. They need to deal with Busters. Run it back here. He's absolutely throwing the kitchen sink at Team Reckoning Esports.
And he does find it. Buster finds the spike and the kill onto
Unbelievable.
Jubin.
Unbelievable, man.
Beautiful play with his ultimate. There you go, Buster. No! Buster plays not tight enough. Pasha Sahil still gets another kill for his team, Valor. Valor in the numbers advantage. Ult still active on Pasha Sahil. Will he find another head for a night?
Blocking vision. Get out of my way.
Take a look at Pasha Sahil. Take a look at Pasha Sahil and Bullet. They just walked out of B main. They don't care. They have no fear.
Man. Pasha Sahil here, definitely looking at these angles the right way, but Team Reckoning really trying to rush into site A, but we've seen time and time again, Hunter has always got this team's back. He may have not been getting those juicy kills for his team, but he definitely always is a consistent player for his team. Pixel finds another kill onto a jet that was flying way too high. Anyone got to notice the nice shot. Pasha Sahil with one knife. Will he be able to connect it to Panzer? No, he does not. And Panzer gets another beautiful kill with the Hunter taking out Panzer. And like I said, Hunter has always got this team back.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, Panzer tried his best with those 2 headshots, but in the end, he was getting ulted by Sova's Hunter's Fury, and there was literally nowhere for him to run. And with that, folks, the halftime score is 11-1. 11-1. I would not have called this, man. I would not have called it. I did not expect Team Valor to show up and dominate on Ascent so strongly. And Team Reckoning Esports have a statement to make here. They need to show up and pull off a couple of rounds, maybe bag 3 or 4 rounds back to back, and sort of turn that momentum against them, the tide, which is completely against them right now.
And yeah, Team Reckoning Esports have a mountain to climb, and even saying mountain is an understatement. They have a long, long way to get back to where they need to. This might just be the nail in their coffin if they do not pull this off. Pasha Sahil again takes out Panzer. Hopes and dreams of Reckoning are crashing. Bond F maybe keeping them alive for just a little bit with a headshot onto Pasha Sahil. Will they make it? Valor Bullet.
But take a look at this. Trist had to rotate all the way back, and now all of a sudden 3 players already into B side.
Bullet over here might just be able to clutch it. He does not. Trist gets a nice kill on the Bullet, making this a 3 versus 3. Our Team Reckoning's hopes and dreams still alive. Trist, will he be able to? Yes, he
what
does.
a kill that was.
On the pixel.
Denying the plant there.
Bullying. Hunter over here.
One
Bond F
enemy
is
remaining.
now in a fight with Buster in Boathouse. Will Buster be able to get the better of Bond F? No, he does not. And finally, Reckoning Esports. That's round under their belt. But again, it's just pistol round. And get too hyped up as they have a very, very, very long
It was a
battle
must win.
fight.
It was a must win round for this team. 11 and
For
1 on the
sure.
board. I mean, what are you even thinking, right, at that point? And now Team Reckoning Esports, they need to
Checking
be
the situation.
absolutely clinical about this. They got 5 Spectres and full shields. They need to make this count, go into that bonus and wrap up that round as well. And then perhaps then the gun rounds, the momentum will switch back towards them. And Team Valor are now going to take this line down. I'll tell you that much.
Absolutely. Team Reckoning, definitely really refreshing to see them take that round, even though it was a pistol round, but they'll have to make quick work of this and cannot make any risky plays. My suggestion to them would be just to let Team Valor walk into them. Pixel takes out Juven. Jin takes out Bullet. It's a 1-for-1. Hunter takes out Jin.
That
Pixel
is
takes out Chris.
unfortunate,
This is it.
man. That is unfortunate.
Nice
This is
dash
what
by
I'm.
Pasha Sahil.
This is what I'm talking about. Reckoning Esports needed to make this Spectre round work for them, but all of a sudden,
Oh my god, Bond F with a
One
beautiful
enemy
maneuver over Arch onto a kill to Pasha Sal, but Buster has got his
Right
friends
there.
back. And just like that, Valor might just be able to close this
unbelievable.
round out.
After losing pistol, they're gonna pull back the next round, and this is where Reckoning Esports really need to be asking themselves: did we over-aggress outside of A, and giving up those 2 early kills?
Yeah, maybe. Those 2 early kills really
Spike
made it count.
planted.
Hunter already planted. Panzer in a very, very sticky situation.
Once again, right? How many times have we seen this so far in this match already? Panzer, last one alive, 1v3.
Poor guy. I hate to be in this situation. Let's see if he's gonna make quick work of him. I mean, he has to just take out 2 for it to be a 1v1. And it just boils down. And there you go. He does make quick work of
enemy
it.
remaining.
Buster gets taken out. Now it's just a 1v1. Oh,
Nearly.
Panzer, you did
Nearly.
have it.
Nearly.
Props to Panzer. Nice
Match point.
try.
And
That
what
was
happened?
a
I'm not
very,
quite sure
very
what
nice
happened with
try.
Valor. Their setup looked like they were completely open from second lane. And take a look at how easy it was to get this first kill.
Should I play some stars
Yeah,
in
well,
this
basically
game?
Panzer got a nice flick on, or not a flick, and Panzer was looking at the boxes, so he had already seen Sova. Sova was watching opposite to Buster, but Buster should have had Panzer in his sights, so that was just unfortunate on Buster, but Panzer played that really, really well. Nothing to be embarrassed about. This man really
Got
did
to
it.
target
He
his stars.
really pulled his weight.
It's absolutely
Now let's see. And
unfortunate.
there you go,
Unfortunate.
Buster.
Unfortunate that
No.
they're at match point and they don't have money to buy weapons for themselves. And Team Reckoning Esports perhaps just need to put this one away and brush it off. Brush it off at their shoulders. But this round should.
One enemy
Bullet!
remaining.
Bullet just
Spike
swings
down
and
A.
destroys Pixel, who just looked away for a split second, realizing what he had done. It might
Spike
just have
planted.
Juven's name written on his gun. Juven trying really hard, giving his position away with shooting at that door. I do not know if that was a good idea, buddy. Hunter looking at him, and there you go. Bullet takes Juven out.
Attackers win.
Just like that. Team Valor, 13-2. Clinical.
I did not expect this, bro. I did not expect this. Another first map going down in as 13-1, 13-2. Unbelievable. I mean, we're going to take a look at the scoreboard in just a bit, but can we talk about Team Valor for a second here? They just came in and absolutely dominated that first half. Unbelievable.
They just knew what they were doing, and that's just what you want from any team in this tournament. They need to just, if they know what they're doing and they're able to dominate, they do not want to take their foot off the gas. They want to consistently keep pressuring the enemy team, making them make those scatterbrain plays that Reckoning was making. Reckoning was really split while attacking. They did not have a game plan, and they were really struggling to penetrate into the defenses of Team Valor. Valor, on the other hand, let them play into their hand. Valor played to their strengths, literally let them make the foolish plays, and Buster and Hunter were clinical with their aim. They were not having it at all. Pasha Style, even with that op, was able to get so many great first bloods. And this man, look at that on the scoreboard.
That right
6
there,
first
man.
bloods.
That's what I'm talking about right there. First bloods. It's a key statistic. And on the jet, Pasha Sahil. I mean, granted, he had the operator, but still, 6 first bloods for his team. And I think that's what made the difference for them. You talked about Hunter and Buster. 18-4 for Hunter. That's a KD of more than 4. Are you kidding me right now? Buster 16-10. Unbelievable stuff. What a great game from Team Valor, folks. I did not expect that. Is it the curse of the Ascent? Every team is getting wiped out on Ascent. the first matchup. I think it was Haven in the last match, but this time around it was on Ascent. But folks, if you're a Reckoning esports fan, don't be discouraged. This is a best of 3. They have every opportunity to fight back. The next 2 maps that we have lined up for you guys is Haven and Bind. And Reckoning Esports is going to be defending on both those maps. So stay tuned and don't go anywhere. If you guys are just tuning in, my name is Grizzly and this is Grey Knight, my good friend. We're going to be bringing live action for you guys. You're watching League Egos India Invitational version 3. This is an 8-team knockout and the prize pool is 50,000 rupees, 50 big ones. And that's what these teams are fighting for. Every match is being played out as a best of 3 except for the finals, which is going to be a best of 5, and that's scheduled for Sunday. So if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, make sure you do and turn on that notification bell icon so you get notified of when we go live. One more quick announcement before we go into a short break, and we'll be back with map number 2. The battle pass giveaway is live, folks. If you are wanting to win a battle pass, we announce a new winner every week. All you gotta do is follow us on Instagram, and one lucky follower is selected every week for that battle pass win. So if that sounds like fun to you, jump into the description. The links are all available for you guys. But hey, map 1 in the bag for Team Valor. Any predictions, Grey Knight, before we jump into this break?
And I'm just going to say this. If Valor keep doing what they're doing and they do it well, I think this team has really got it in the bag. I mean, we've already seen 2-win games coming out in this tournament. There's never been an upset. Every team who's won the first round has always gone to win the second round. I think it's just teams can read each other like a book, and Valor seem to have a pretty tight hand on the pulse. And I guess they just need to do what they're doing already, and so far they're doing a great job of it. And if they keep it up, this might just go towards Valor.
I think so too. The mind says it's going to be a 2-0, but the heart says I want to see a bind match. At least one. At least one.
You want to see a bind match.
Folks, with that, we're going to jump into a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back with map number 2. It's going to be Haven, and we'll see you very, very soon.
Game over. Game over. Game over.
All right, folks. We are back with map number 2. It is going to be Haven, and we're going to have Team Reckoning Esports defending first this time around. Any predictions? Yo, what do you think, man? What do you think, Grenade? Do you think Reckoning has it in them to fight back?
And from what happened last game, Reckoning is looking like they're in some hot water, and until they can figure out how to fight against or have a game plan against VALOR, this is looking like a tough match. And VALOR already has found their pulse. They know their rhythm, they know their corners, they're checking their angles, they're getting those nice, beautiful headshots. Hunter and Buster looking at the top of their game. Looking a little suspicious, I'm not gonna lie. So VALOR has my vote right now.
I think so too.
Most optimal thing to do.
I think so too. And if you just look back at all the dominant performances so far in this tournament, FS Esports comes to mind, right? ROG Academy comes to mind. And I think I'm starting to see a third team that is really showing us that they are here to dominate. And it is in the form of Team VALOR. We are on Haven, and we talked a lot about the Sova versus Sky battle on Haven. I don't think we'll see a KO pick. But any thoughts on the agent compositions? Do you think we're going to see a Breach, perhaps? A pick like Breach? I don't know.
I don't think so. On Haven, I'm okay with people going and picking their comfort picks and going classic agents. They have played most on that. Haven has a lot of corners and angles and sights that you got to look out for. So playing someone who you're comfortable with and really feel your element will definitely benefit you a lot in Haven. It's a very, very open map, extremely tight corners. And yeah, if you don't check one corner, it can turn into a complete turn of events for the enemy team.
I agree. And looks like we are more or less settled in, and we'll walk everyone through the agent compositions real quick. But just before jumping into the game, folks, if you have just tuned in, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're in the middle of an 8-team knockout. This is the last match of round number 1, and we're all set up for the semi-finals tomorrow. I'm super psyched about it. So far, the teams that have qualified are Team Cohesion, FS Esports, ROG Academy, and one of these two teams that are about to face off in this second map. This is a best of 3. The map pool is Ascent, Haven, and Bind. We're on Haven right now, and VALOR does have the edge over Team Reckoning Esports right now. And if Reckoning Esports can fight back on Haven, it looks likely that we will be heading over to Bind for that tiebreaker. We are also running a Battle Pass giveaway, folks, so if that sounds like fun to you, jump into the description. All you gotta do is follow us on Instagram, and we pick a new winner every week who is selected, and we give them a Battle Pass for free. So if that sounds like fun to you, make sure to jump into the description and follow us on Instagram. But for now, we are going to be jumping into this game in just a bit. We're not. Looks like we're facing some technical issues, man. These are just India things. And while we wait, we were talking about Buster and Bullet, but any standout players from Team Reckoning Esports? The one thing that comes to my mind is Panzer. How many times was he left in a 1v4 situation in that last match? Too many times. That's the answer.
Yeah, too many times. The guy, either he's not pulling his weight or he's just too careful with the way he plays. But again, he was on Astra. She is not a fragger. So I definitely see the hesitation to go into a site all by himself or to initiate anything. Definitely a hard time for him, but hopefully he did make good work out of that one round where he brought a 3v1 to a 1v1, and that is definitely shows some caliber in a player when they're able to pull off something like that.
Absolutely, man. And much of a role for the duelists and the initiators perhaps to play on a map like Haven, getting in those first entry frags. And somehow the teams that have been losing 2-0 in all the matches in this first round so far, I felt like that's what was lacking. Those duelists just needed to show that aggression and jump in and pick off those first kills and get the sight for their team. And I think that's where Team Reckoning Esports really need to show up here. We've got Jin on the jet this time, so we're going to jump straight into the game, folks. Looks like we are finally live. And I want to walk us through this agent composition. We got Panzer once again on the Astra. Jin is going to be on the jet, so no changes there. Bond F is going to switch over to the Phoenix. Interesting pick for Haven. Trist is going to be on the Killjoy, and Juven once again is going to be on the Sova. On the side of Team Valor, I don't think I see a single change, except the Bullet has switched over from Killjoy to Cypher. Pretty much the same lineup as Ascent.
Yeah, this is getting a little... Man, let's see what Valor is able to pull, and let's see what Reckoning wants to do with this one. Juven instantly takes out the Silver Dart. Beautifully done. He knew where it was coming at. Juven aiming with that shock dart a little too soon, and yeah, he switches back to the Ghost. Let's see what is happening on the side of Valor. Bullet on the Cypher, I really like that pick. He did a really good job with the Killjoy last game. And let's see if Pixels is able to find an opening for his team. Buster going in head first. And a entry fragger. Let's see if he's able to get a couple frags for his team can survive. And there you go. The Killjoy bot is down for the count. Will they just be able to plant at site C? They are! As Team Reckoning, and they get a kill on the... Jin gets a beautiful kill on the... Buster.
He needed that. They needed to get that trade, or it would have been out of control for them. And now, Team Valor not committing to a C side.
Down, C.
Interesting.
Well, Team Valor. Pixel was running with the bomb with the spike, but he's unable to make it out of C long. As Reckoning instantly taken out. Reckoning is here to play this game, and they're definitely ready for it. Pasasal with a nice headshot on the Juven, and just like that. Valor is at a deficit, and will they be able to in this round? Reckoning definitely looking in their element. They have the health bar advantage, the numbers advantage. They can make quick work of the team. And there you go. Chris gets pinged. Finn gets killed by Hunter, but he takes down Pachasal for a 4K. Will Tris be able to get a kill off? Yes, he will! A beautiful kill, and just like that, Team Reckoning is able to get the defuse.
I'm happy to see this. I'm happy to see Jin picking up that 4K to help his team, and I think Trist is a little bit scared to jump off the Haven because he's only 4 HP to take that defuse and bond it.
Can he not jump onto the boxes on the left and save? Yeah, because I was like...
I mean, these guys are professionals. I can't imagine he didn't know he could do that, but maybe there was just a different conversation there. Interesting comment in the chat, Grenade. People want to know about the Liquid After Party. Team Liquid After Party. Are you going to tell us?
Liquid After Party? I'll tell you, alright? Liquid After Party. That's an LCS story. That's not a Valorant story. That's a League of Legends story for all my League fans out there. Definitely tell you about it.
Sure, man. And for now, getting into the next round, it looks like Sheriff buys all around from Team Valor. Interesting to see. Bullet here. Going to challenge this garage push. It's currently being guarded by the Trist.
Beautiful kill on the Bond F with that Sheriff. A nice arrow by Juven. Yep, there we go. He gets a tag onto... he just gets instantly taken out. Panzer
Hunter gets a pick as well. This is a 3v2. Reckoning Esports don't have the man advantage now. Ooh, Trist. He saw Buster.
Gets a beautiful kill on the Buster.
He saw Buster
caught snoring in Site C. Man, that was unfortunate. Absolutely unfortunate. But it's a 2v2 advantage to Reckoning
really?
with the health bars.
Perhaps.
Well, a little advantage, a little bit, I guess. So, yeah, Valor definitely need to find an opening. Spike 40 seconds on the clock. Definitely not in their favor. But Jin watching that sight of the hawk with that Marshall. Definitely gets the tag on. Trist may be able to pull off another kill. Gets the bot out. Maybe the bot gets... Yep, there we go. Trist with a 4K on the Bullet. Reckoning definitely in the driver's seat of this game.
I was starting to get a little bit worried for them, and I saw those picks falling from Team Valor, making those Sheriff buys work for them. At one point, it was a 3 versus 2 with the man advantage for Team Valor, but Trist here doing really well, picking up that 4K to pull things back, and nothing to worry about. Round number 2 in the bag for Team Reckoning Esports, as they should, because they did come in with a full buy. This time around, it is going to be a bonus round, looks like, from Reckoning Esports. Take a look at that. 2 Spectres, 2 Sheriffs, and a Marshal up against pretty much 5 rifles coming up in the hands of Team Valor. So you have to imagine that this round, Team Valor is going to be...
So Team Valor definitely looking spicy right now with all those rifle buys. And there you go, Pasha Style starts off the game strong. Hunter with a nice headshot on the Bond F as well. And this might just be going towards Team Valor. Pasha Style with another kill onto Jin. Let's see if Trist is able to make quick work out of Bullet with that beautiful lurk through mid window. Be looking a little too lost.
Look at this, Trist.
Spike
He
plant.
did not
does
shoot.
not fire.
He does not fire.
Not
He wants to
making
sneak
his
into ace
presence
shot.
known.
You know what the play here, Seth, is he wants to pick off both these players on site and make a game out of it. Take a look at this.
But there you go,
No!
Pasha Style, Trist is regretting not taking out Hunter as Pasha Style got his sight on him before he is able to kill Bullet. Bullet thanking Pasha Style for his alertness. Might have just saved his head. And Bullet now knifing the body of Trist.
Trist. I mean, I thought it would come back to haunt him. I thought it would. But if he could have
Thought
made
so
that
too.
work, if he would have got both those picks on Pasha Sahil as well as, I think it was the Cypher who was on the site, it would have been something, Bullet. But in the end, Pasha Sahil was quick enough to turn around, and definitely a few words exchanged with, I believe it was Hunter, who was at A-Long for not watching that angle. But nonetheless, no damage done. The round in the back for Valor. A flawless one at that, and that's always helpful for their economies. What's happening to Reckoning Esports? Bondef pushing out into mid. What?
On F definitely playing. Oh my gosh, there Pasha Style takes out Panzer, but Pasha Style also takes out Trist. They have left their defenses completely open. Bullet takes out Jin, and they're punished for their aggressive play. Bondef still manages to stay close, but this is
player
heavily
standing.
in favor of Valor. What were they doing pushing Valor like that?
I think it was an
Supposed to be
eco. I think
defending.
it was a save round for them. So I guess they just figured they do as much damage as they can to the economies of Team Valor, which are absolutely bloated right now. It's down to just
Spike
Juven.
planted.
Juven gets taken out by Buster almost instantly. Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right, but that just looks so sketch. Yeah, I mean,
Second round on the
if
board
it
for
works,
Team
it
Valor.
works. Valor definitely closing in, definitely closing the gap now. Finally in a position where they can drive. Both teams have pretty standard sets of guns and armor. This might just
Keep
be
the
a round
heads
that
on.
might define who takes the lead. As Team
Absolutely.
Pixel, as Team Valor, definitely looking really good right now after that last round and taking the kills that they were
Joke's
able
over!
to.
You're dead!
My eyes are on Jin right now. He has picked up the operator, a good option in my opinion. He is peeking this A lobby, but unfortunately the action is happening elsewhere. Buster with the run it back doesn't get any kill off it, but he does have information on Trist, who is holding down that C site.
You know, I'm
Hunter
excited
over
for
there.
Jin 2. Hunter
What
gets
a
a
luck.
beautiful kill.
What a luck into garage.
There they are.
Buster, Bullet, and Pasha Style, 3 of Valor's key members now get. Oh!
down.
Bond with a beautiful kill on the Buster. Pasha Style takes out Panther. But Bond F takes out Pasha Style. 2 for 3. Team Valor looking a little too dry right now. They definitely need to get some kills on the board. Hunter, is he gonna be pulled through? Is he gonna be pulling through with this long C sight? He might have just gotten spotted by Bond F. We'll just have to wait and watch what he does. They might just go for the save this round, which
Scanning
won't
ahead.
be too big a deal.
30
But yes, he
seconds
does get he does get sighted. Juven.
He pulls out the
And now
Hunter's
Eyes-
Fury.
Oh, he does, and he kills him.
Last player
Pixels with a
standing.
beautiful swing with the Hunter. Bond F in a tight spot. Bond F takes out Pixels. Hunter What will you do, my guy?
It's a 1 versus 2, 14 seconds on the
14
clock.
seconds.
I don't think he has time. Ooh!
Nope. Bond with a beautiful headshot and a 4K for his team, pushing his team in the lead. Definitely giving them the advantage that they're so needed.
Really showing up for his team. Bondef picking up a 4K in the end, and those two impact kills in between sets. When you thought that the pre-set was almost done and dusted, he comes out of nowhere and gets those 2 trades immediately, and more importantly, establishing firm control of the spike on C site. And from that point on, it was pretty much just guarding that spike and making sure that no one's going to be able to take it. It looks like we are going to be jumping into a technical timeout, and this might just be one of those things that we were talking about earlier. So we're going to use this time to take a look at the scoreboard. 3-2 on the board. Reckoning Esports, strong start. I'm getting some vibes here that we are going to see a bind match as well. Map number 3, perhaps the first in round 1.
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely looking for Valor to find their footing. I think they're just finding it a little bit difficult to penetrate through the defenses. But again, we've seen Haven is always a defender favored round, and so yeah. Well, I think in my opinion, once the round switches, Valor will have a way easier time compared to Team Reckoning, who are still playing at their max levels and have to always be picture perfect pretty much with their shots, or Valor, as you've seen round and round again, can easily take over them.
Right here.
Another interesting comment in the chat. I need to show you this one, Grey Knight. I just want to say, if someone does not have a skin, it doesn't mean he's a noob. Agree or disagree?
I'm gonna be honest. In League, the rule is always the more skins that are on your side, the better you are as a player. So, I mean, I've always won because I've got the good skin.
I mean, skins just give you good aim, right? It's just facts. Everyone knows it. I mean, I know it doesn't actually make a difference in the mechanical skill, but it's the feeling that it gives you. And personally, for me, I have a Reaver Vandal in my hand. I'm getting those one taps much better when I don't have a skin. I'm just saying.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. Look, when you just play with your favorite skin and when your character looks good, you play better. And funny enough, in Apex, certain skins are actually pay to win, just because of the way their default aim down sights are. They're just very easy to control, and it's been a thing. And so because of that, in the LCS, certain skins are banned because it's very hard to play around them since abilities are not heavily seen. So I think skins can be pay to win.
So it does look like Reckoning Esports after a strong start. This round though, the economy wise, they are not looking great. They have 3 Spectres. The good news for them, however, is that the operator is still in their hands, and Bondef with that Phantom surely will put it to good use. On the side of Team Valor, Pasha Sahil wielding an operator in his hands. That is dangerous for Team Reckoning Esports. Hunter and Buster looking good once again, and full buys all around for Team Valor, even though they are 1 round behind, 3-2 on the scoreline.
I mean, Pasha Sahil, time and time again, you've seen this guy pull off kill after kill, first blood after first blood with that operator. Ain't no reason why this guy should not have that weapon. He's very, very good at it. And if he is able to make quick work of the enemy team, man, Valor just might be able to pull through and make this a devastating defeat for Reckoning. We'll just have to wait and see.
100%, folks. While we wait, this is a best of 3. This is the last match in round 1, and next up we are going to be moving into the semi-finals starting tomorrow. This is map number 2 in this best of 3. It is Haven, and it was Team Valor who picked up map number 1 a bit too easily, in my opinion. And I really thought Reckoning Esports would give a better fight, but they've shown up here. I mean, make no mistake, they've shown up here at Haven. They've pulled back 3 rounds. The match looks like the match timer has been set to start, and what a start! Juven here pulling out the Hunter's Fury. Come on, man, make it connect. Unfortunately, it does not connect. And Jin is going to be the first kill on A long with that operator putting it to good use. Says goodbye to Bullet.
Oh, Juven with a beautiful kill on the Buster as well. A headshot with that Spectre. Definitely not something you get to see every day, but putting Team Reckoning in the driver's seat. Well, yup, there you go. Bond F gets taken out by Pixels. Trist takes out Pixels. 4-2, and again, I wouldn't rush them until it's just a 1 versus 4, and then we pull my favorite move.
Reckoning Esports does have the lockdown as an option.
I mean, they should just play to their advantage. All they have to do is wait and not mess up anything. And Hunter, patient and calm, nerves of steel on this guy. This guy does not flinch at all in the heat of battle. He might just be saving, I guess.
I think so. I think the
He's
decision
making
is
his
to
way.
save, yeah. Pasha Sahil has got his
30
sights
seconds
firmly on
left.
the C-long and no one dares peek him. Meanwhile, Hunter with the spike outside of A. Maybe just waiting for that lurk and picking up a kill. But no, it does look like with 18 seconds on the clock, there is no commitment towards any side whatsoever.
I mean, I like this decision. I always like a decision like this because
10 seconds left.
both teams don't have to really do anything necessarily. Like, especially Team Reckoning, they don't have to play into their enemy's hands. They can just wait it out and save their already growing economy and add another round to their belt. Yeah, it's just definitely not worth it making a risky play only to be punished for it.
I mean, it was definitely calculated because if you take a look at the economies now, everybody has full buys once again. And it was a very, very calculated call. On the side of Reckoning Esports as well, Jin does have an extra 5,000, so he's going to be able to drop a weapon for Bond F, hopefully. And we will have full buys for both sides as Team Reckoning Esports now taking a lead 4-2. Looking good this map.
Reckoning Esports definitely proving that they're in it to win it, and
Absolutely.
have some good cursor placements. They're showing some great skill, but again, Evan is a defender-heavy site or defender-heavy map, so we'll just have to wait and see how things turn out when the site switches. A beautiful ult might be coming out from Trist, and there you go. 10 seconds, the clock is running. The alarm bot has been triggered. She might have triggered the molly. Definitely does not allow Bullet to spike.
And
Just now,
forced
maybe
out.
going for that
Forced out of the site
That's a
completely.
Sahil. Gets a kill on the Jin. Chris gets a kill on the Buster. 1 for 1. Both teams. 2 headshots. Now we wait and find out what happens next. Pasha Sal lurking, slowly, creepily, watching for that dirty angle to catch another person off, giving his team the advantage that they would need. Split as well. Man, this man is watching that angle like a hawk.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Panzer
30
better be
seconds
careful
left.
here. I mean, he's already showed presence at A-long, so they know there's an AWPer there. And it would be foolish to go peek that once again, no matter how curious you
Yeah,
are.
exactly. Pasha Style always pulls off those first bloods, so they should have learned from their mistakes by now.
It looks like the commitment is going to still be on A side with 14 seconds, 10 seconds on the
seconds
clock.
left.
Can the
boy.
plant go
There we
down?
go. Us playing and there you go. Just like that, the round is in Reckoning. Valor favored with advantage towards them with the health bar, and he can't. If he takes out, Pasha Style takes out Bond F.
1 enemy remains.
Bullet able to pull this off. It's a 1 versus 2. The Bullet at 11 health and
He's
a
at 2
dream.
HP, man. This could be possible.
1 enemy
When
remains.
he's firing, yep, there you go. That's the swing that I was looking for.
But
That
Bullet
was
is going to
beautifully
be
played
able
by
to
Bullet.
trade it out. Yeah, well played to Team Valor. They showed the presence on A side and made it look like they were rotating back. And then about 30 seconds later, they show up back at A side and make that push count and made it work for themselves as well. A third round posted for them, folks, on the board. Team Valor is not giving up 4-3. They want to close it out this map. Team Valor does not want to go to bind, Seth.
I mean, they're doing so well right now. Even though Haven is a defender heavy, it's still like Valor is pulling their weight. They're only short by a round right now, so that tells you a lot that this team might just be able to completely put a stop onto the Reckoning's attack maybe when they go into defender side. And so I'm really enjoying the way Valor is approaching this and taking the people out 1 by 1 and taking those rounds and treating even the lightest attacks as very intense and very heavy firefights.
Absolutely. More or less full bias. RG once again of making being able to pick up the operator. Juven does have a Spectre in his hands. Interesting position that he's holding. Take a look at this on B side. Buster gets the pick out to Jin. The operator not working for Reckoning Esports.
Buster and Pasha Sahil definitely. Man, Buster and Pasha Sahil both really good entry fragments. Oh, scary
Spike
dash by
down
Pasha
A.
Sahil there.
Buster jumping into sight and getting those 2 picks at the back of sight.
30 seconds left.
Here it is
Found
again.
mistaken
Here
out
it is
by
again.
Panzer.
Seth Panzer once again in a 1 versus 3 situation. This happens way too often for Team
Spike
Reckoning
planted.
Esports.
And if there's anyone on Team Reckoning who can do it, it is Panzer. He has created that 3v1 into a 1v1. It is just a matter of time whether or not he does it. The bullet is in a beautiful spot, tracking anyone even as like so much so enters the site. They spot Panzer. They know exactly where he is. They have nothing to fear with almost no time left. Buster might have a better shot. No, he doesn't. Panzer pulls off a beautiful move onto Buster, but Pixel takes care of Panzer and says, "Not today, fellow."
There were so many angles for Panzer to look out for. It absolutely was not possible for him to do that. The trades are lightning quick in this lobby, man. I'm not gonna lie. And with that perfection, with that clinical finish from Team Valor, round number 4 in the bag, and a map that we thought Team Reckoning Esports will go ahead and stamp some authority on it. Team Valor is saying no and pick up round number 4 for themselves.
Sounds great, dude. I'm excited.
You're dead.
And if Valor keeps this up, they just might be able to. Oh my god, Pasha Sahil with a beautiful kill on Triss, but Panzer and Bondev are not having it. They get 2 kills, pushing their team into an advantage. I messed up. Nope, only 1 kill. Both teams are at 4 for 4.
Take a look at Jin
Oh,
though.
beautiful
Take a
kill.
look at Jin with a blade storm
Spike
pushing out of that B
Oh
window.
no, he gets a beautiful kill on the Hunter. From the rock. Oh my gosh, a
What a
beautiful
One
flick.
enemy remaining.
That was amazing. There
And
you go,
going for the
smoking
defuse, and take a look at Bullet. He is too far away to do anything about this. Oh
Yeah,
dear.
Bullet might just be no. Yeah, Bullet.
This is a lurker's nightmare, I tell you. This is a lurker's nightmare. The opposition have demolished your team and are defusing the spike, and you are nowhere near it. And I'm afraid Bullet just lived through that. And with that, Team Reckoning Esports picking up a round in good time, because the tide was really starting to turn towards Team Valor, and they were putting together back-to-back rounds, and we saw them do that in the last map as well. And it's probably best to stop them before they hit that momentum, because they pretty much can't be stopped after that.
Yeah, that's my fear. If you give Valor sort of momentum, they will pummel you into the ground. We saw that with the 13-2 win on game 1, so I'm not excited to see Valor get any sort of momentum whatsoever. But if Team Reckoning played the way they did last round, they have a very good chance of beating Team Valor and taking this game for themselves.
KG start once again to this round in terms of economies. Pretty much full buys for both teams. Jin with the operator once again.
Oh, a Buster with a beautiful pump. Oh my god, Dancer!
C.
Absolute behemoth. He takes out 2 with a beautiful trade that the team did, but it was not so quite worth it. The Team Reckoning still at a deficit with those beautiful plays. Valor now in the driver's seat with a Sova and a Astra alternate. Will they be able to make quick work of this?
I'm just so
use
worried
their
for
ultimate
Reckoning.
to their
They cannot afford to lose this off right now. They cannot afford to
On
lose this off
accidentally
right now.
flashing, yeah. On accidentally flashes himself. Will he be throwing this fire into the cubby? He does land the fire into the cubby, making maybe them move Pasha Sahil in a very tough spot.
Oh dear.
A beautiful wall coming out. Oh no! This might not be good.
What?
They go for the defuse.
Did Hunter just kill Pixels with his Hunter's Fury? I think he did.
Really?
He just did. It was a team kill with the Hunter's Fury.
Last player
That is
standing.
insane. There is no way. Someone clip that.
Alright, so 5-5, and I was talking about how important it was for Team Reckoning Esports to have perhaps save that operator, but in the end they went in, and unfortunately missing his first shot was Jin, and Pasha Sahil is in the form of his life tonight, making sure that the enemy is punished for missing their shots. And now, understandably so, Team Reckoning Esports have called for a timeout. And probably just want to discuss the strategies into these next 2 rounds because they are going to be key. We talked about the magic number set, coming back to that discussion on a map like Haven. I would imagine it's a fairly balanced map more than some of the other games, but yes, because they have 3 sites, it just gives the attackers so much opportunity to simulate a push, to create a distraction, and rotate multiple times in a round. And I just feel like there's more leeway for you to sort of pull it back in attack. And so from that standpoint, 5-5 is a good scoreline. And if I was Team Reckoning Esports right now, I want to make sure that I want to pick up at least 1 more round at the very least.
I agree with you. Reckoning needs to pull 1 or at least 1, if not 2 rounds to give themselves an advantage going into the split, because I think VALOR would very likely be at a more comfortable spot defending and shutting down Team Reckoning. So yeah, I'd be scared if I was Reckoning with it. Oh, nice. Pasha Sahil gets tagged a little bit by Jin. It's a jet off. Pasha Sahil, will he be able to make quick work? He does not. Juven gets a beautiful kill on the bullet.
No, you don't.
And there you go. Bond F takes out Pasha Sahil. Hunter. What is that?
It was his run it back, so he gets to respawn because it was his ultimate, and he managed to get a pick on. That's what it is, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's confused me of. Like, is that a kill or is that like just a?
It's just the run it back being shut down, and after the last patch, they now show it in the kill feed.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Does that count as a kill?
It does not. It does not count as a kill. But now, way too much work
flash
here for Buster to do. Surely, this is a round that RG wants to put away. They will, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is an eco round that is going the way of Team Reckoning Esports. This is very much what they were hoping for.
Yeah.
You failed.
Yeah.
Now sleep.
Man, that was tough. Definitely a tough round, but Buster did a really good job. He popped the flash onto
Last
2
round
people.
in the half.
Would have been able to make quick work, but unfortunately for them, there was a 3rd member lurking around, and he did not have any sort of Oculus hurdles to kill him.
I mean, credit to Bond F. This is the 2nd or 3rd time I'm seeing them in defense, pushing out of this B site and jumping straight into the window and going for those gunfights. And well, he had his run it back with him this time around to help him out. But that's what made the difference, getting those early picks and surprising Team VALOR with that kind of a push. But speaking of surprises, Team VALOR here looking like they want to show some intent in garage. It's Buster, that man once again. Gets a pick onto Juven.
Oh
what a shot.
Kill. Buster, always the man with the clean kills. A definite and true fragger.
Panzer pulling it back here. A couple of important kills. He needs to get Buster. He does not. It's down to just Jin.
I know exactly where.
You know, this year might just be able to kill. Yep, he gets Buster into running it back, but Buster kills him with a 4K on the Jin, a 6-for-6, a beautiful switch after that, a nice, beautiful crisp half, and now I truly feel that VALOR is now in their element.
I think so too. I think 6-6 on Haven. I'm gonna have to go with the team that's attacking now. I really do. I think
No, yeah.
and but it's Team VALOR who's defending, but Team Reckoning Esports really doing well. And it's kind of surprising to see that they won their eco round, but just couldn't win the gun round next time around. And perhaps it's just the mentality, right? When you go into an eco round, you're like, hey, I got nothing to lose. And when you don't have pressure on you, you're just able to give your 110%. And I think that makes a big difference. And going into the gun rounds, the pressure's on you. You've made the investment. You need to make it count. And maybe it's just that. But for now, Team Reckoning Esports, a very, very heavy garage and seaside push this is.
Bullet gets a beautiful kill. Bullet gets a beautiful tag onto the enemy Sova. There you have
Oh
it, folks.
my
Buster
goodness.
and Bullet.
Oh my goodness.
Quick work out of Team Reckoning. I told you, this team is in their element with defending right now.
That was a shutdown, Seth. That was an absolute shutdown on
Yeah,
seaside.
do not give Valor their element because
should
they
probably
will
place some
step on the
stars in the
gas.
astral
No
plane.
cap. This team knows what they're doing. And right now, I would be afraid if I was Reckoning because this team is definitely feeling it. And they already are in a better spot. So, Bullet and Buster and Pasha Sahil. I think they've got this in the bag.
I think so too. And
I
now
have the spike.
Team Reckoning Esports are gonna come in with an eco round, no purchases
Bullet gets a
whatsoever.
lot of information. Yeah, Bullet gets a lot of information with his cam on the side B. He
I
sees
did.
two
I
people.
saw that. Yeah, outside of
Yeah.
garage.
Will Bullet be able to? Yeah, will Bullet be able to get a nice sort of couple headshots? They're moving on the side B. Reckoning, kind of going with the 4-man formation. I kind of like this. Pasha Sahil lurking as Jet. A little scary for me. Jet zooms in into the side. Reckoning Esports gets taken down. Jin gets taken out by Buster. Pixel takes out Chris. And there you have it. Bullet takes out another one. And he tags Bond F, but is
standing.
not able to kill them. Pixel takes out Bond F, cleans up for his friend. And that is what I call true friendship. And they will let Sova take the spike. Oh no, never mind. He'll take Buster take the spike. So he can finally get it over.
8th round in the bag for Team Valor. They're starting to look a little bit strong. This next bonus round is going to be big. 4 players are going to be coming in with the same SMGs they used in that last round. And they're not going to upgrade. And they're trying to hope to win this round with these
1
SMGs.
second,
And
peeps.
if they can
I
pick
gotta
up that
visit the
bonus,
Astro to
they're going to be
play some
super
stars.
comfortable from an economy standpoint in the next round, coming in with those full buys. On the side of Team Reckoning Esports, make no mistake, it is going to be a full buy for them. 4 rifles. 4 Phantoms and a Vandal. Juven does come in with half shield, surprisingly, because he does have 600 creds left, so he could pick up a full shield if he wants to. I'm not quite sure what the decision there was.
Oof. And there you go. Jin takes out Buster with a beautiful headshot with a Phantom. Buster takes out Bond F. A 4 for 4 on both sides. Team Valor and Team Reckoning both playing to their advantage. Juven runs back the spike onto site C, which apparently Valor has left empty, but after the spike is planted, they might just hear it. Bullet, maybe. Yep, there you go. Bullet going back to site C. Trying to get a sneak peek of maybe that team might just be there. His spidey sense is tingling. Let's see if they can make quick work out of this. 4-man onto site C. Juven is planting. Juven
Spike
will be
planted.
successful at it. And then the team running back to mid. 2 people on site C. Both Jin
Here.
and the Panzer are sticking around. Panzer, as we've seen
Cage trigger.
all the time, putting his team first, getting his frags in. So, putting him on side C is definitely the right call to make. Bullet takes out Jin. He gets cornered down. Panzer gets taken out by Pixel. Better after
One
a
enemy
win.
remaining.
And there you have it. Pixel takes down Juven, and just like that, Reckoning are in the deficit. The Molly might just be able to kill him. Oh, that is looking very risky.
One enemy
No!
remaining.
Oh, wait, hang on. Hang on. He's done enough. He's done enough.
Wow, they have actually a beautiful clutch coming in for the team.
And it's because of those the nano swarm that he kept on the spike. He just didn't allow the defuse to happen, and that is a Killjoy main right there. Trist, what a play from him! And this is why Killjoy can be such an impact player on your side, navigating that post plant brilliantly. So he had a couple of nano swarms and he timed it perfectly. Right, as soon as the first nano swarm was done, he activated the second one. And Team Valor just couldn't defuse that spike despite having the man advantage. Unbelievable.
Yeah, no, that was very well done. I thought that Reckoning Esports had that, or Valor had that, but man, Reckoning definitely had a notch in their belt they were not willing to show until now, and they were able to. And there you go, Panzer takes out Buster's running back. Buster takes out Chris. A 3 for 4. Reckoning kinda in the advantage with the numbers. Buster healing himself with his flames. Hunter is going on the prowl with his drone. Will he get a slight pick off onto Panzer? Panzer not at all.
Recovering it.
Playing it very safe. Playing it very
he's
safe.
playing it very safe.
And they need to, I mean, they
As
have a
they
man
should.
disadvantage right now. 3 versus 4 situation. They need to get the spike down. And Pasha Sahil is at it again, man. Take a look at where this man is.
I'm looking. Oh wow, what an angle. Yeah, there you go. But he gets spotted out by the drone almost instantaneously. He take out that recon bolt. The recon bolt is gonna run out. Pasha Sahil back at it again at long A as the entire Reckoning team run back to C since it
There's
worked out
that
last
seaside.
time.
Yeah. Ooh, Bullet is
but
watching.
Bullet was
Spike
ready
down.
for him.
Bullet
this
was
time.
watching.
Gets
Gets a second as well.
Bullet gets a beautiful tag. Oh, and
Cage triggered.
He is toying with Panzer at this point. He is toying with
yeah.
Panzer at this point.
Yeah.
Ninth
I'm
round on
playing
the
with
board.
food. Hunter tells Bullet to stop playing with his food as Bullet takes the last kill for the game. Wow. Amazing.
9-7, 9-7. What are you feeling right now, Grey Knight? What are you feeling?
I honestly thought that Valor would be able to pull off a bigger lead, but seeing how good Reckoning is doing, you know, doing the bait and switch as I always love, man, I don't think I can count out Team Reckoning so fast. They definitely have shown it time and time again that they're able to, you know, close that gap more and more. Right now the advantage is Team Valor, but I think Reckoning definitely have it in them. They're able to just, you know, keep their heads, keep calm, run it back.
I'm a little bit concerned for Team Reckoning at this point because they don't have economies to buy anything. And take a look at nothing. Look at nothing. And Pasha, Sahil, come on, man. They are on an eco.
He is
Take it easy for a
ruining.
second, will you?
They are ruining his day, and there you go. Bullet definitely shooting at and tagging Jin because he knew Jin would go for that orb. Does not see Jin. Bullet. And a beautiful defense onto long C by himself. The team might be a little worried that Reckoning might be running it back to C, sending the jet over. Pasha Style will now be watching a pop flash coming in from Pasha Style. Barn F
B.
coming in. Oh, whoop.
Trist with this shot. He gets a kill, gets another.
One enemy remaining.
Hang on. Game on here.
Phantom.
Take a look at what Trist is doing. So he puts down his lockdown.
Making a big IQ play.
Yeah. It's a 1v2 situation.
gets
This
destroyed,
is
though.
doable. We saw what he did with his nanoswarms last time around. There it goes. The nanoswarm on the spike once again.
Will the nanoswarms activate if you kill him? Oh, right.
No, he needs to activate before he dies.
One enemy remaining.
This is on. This is
Yep, there
game
we
on.
go.
Trist.
Yep, this is game. I think Trist might have done it again.
Pasha Sahil wants to stick
Oh,
it.
he's gonna go half.
He wants to stick it. He's gone half. Goes for the second half. Trist!
Oh,
You
Trist!
animal!
Wonderful! I think if Pasha Style had stuck it after that half and not paused, the reload time would have screwed Trist over.
I mean, dude, Reckoning esports just pull back around with no purchases whatsoever except for that shorty. Wow.
I think so.
Wow.
And now the tides have turned in the favor of Reckoning. I told you, you can't count this team on.
You
They're
can't.
on a
You
rampage.
cannot. I'm excited. 8-9. I mean, if they get this round and take a look at Team Valor, they got a couple of players just on sheriffs. How the tables have turned. This economy
as
game, man.
As long as Pasha Style, Pixel, and Hunter have rifled, I think we have faith that Team Valor might be able to pull off an upset that Reckoning may not be looking for. But Reckoning definitely looking in a better spot. We'll see if they're able to hold down this line. In now, trying to come in. Trist! Oh my gosh, Pasha Style destroys Trist as Pixel gets Bond F running down.
player
And there you go, Bullet with a beautiful kill. Another kill, and that's
Unbelievable.
it, folks.
That was a lightning quick peek. That was a lightning quick peek from Bullet.
What?
Wow.
Bullet! He didn't even wait for his ultimate to pop off. He just saw that silhouette and just
BYB
popped
fam.
it with a
Went to
sheriff.
Astral to do them Astral Guardian
Yeah,
things I
that gun is scary. I do not want to be in front of the barrel when Bullet is handling that.
Such a topsy-turvy game. We cannot call this one. Both teams
Let's go.
winning on half buy and eco rounds back to back. The scoreline's 8-10, folks. And now another eco round. This time again from Team Reckoning Esports. At this point, they're just like, hey, we can win every eco round. And Jin here with the blade drop. Bonded for the second kill. What is happening? I'm not even kidding, Seth. This team is playing better on their ecos than they are on the full buys.
Dude, I think they just get a little too overconfident with those rifles. If they play like this, I'd recommend them to not buy a rifle at all, man.
I know, right?
Bullet looking for those spicy peaks, waiting patiently.
They've
Again,
got all 5
Enter.
players alive. Reckoning's got all 5 players alive still. And
little
ooh,
risky.
that's
Oh
an
my
angle.
gosh,
That's an
quickly,
angle
it's a
they
3
did
for
not
3.
account for.
Bullet, you better be watching. Good job. Bullet gets a beautiful kill. Hunter gets a beautiful kill. And there you go. Triss not able to do his
Player standing.
Juven. Oh, Buster.
Oh.
Buster. What a round. What a retake that was. The Hunter's Fury was in the play as well. This is an amazing game. This is hands down the best game I've seen in round 1 so far, Seth.
This team's doing so well. It would be truly upsetting if Team Reckoning is not able to pull it off. Our game 3 would actually be a neck and neck the way these two teams are playing right now.
Unbelievable. I mean, Team Valor have only 2 rounds left to go. They got full buys. I see Bullet has a Guardian in his hands. Okay. Alright. Team Reckoning Esports will be coming in with full buys. However, they need to win this round at every cost. They need to win this round.
They do need to win this round. Yeah. Bullet is definitely not someone to be counted off. I'm more so concerned about Pasha Sahil and see if he's able to take those kills for his team early on. We'll just have to find out. Both teams playing it very cautiously. You can feel the tension in the air.
Absolutely.
Both teams not
Totally.
at all being aggressive at all. No mistake being made whatsoever. Buster might be peeking a little bit too much and get caught in the crossfire. Yep, Buster takes out Bondef, but it's instantly gonna be... No, wait, yeah, he's good, I guess. He ulted, right? Yeah.
Yep.
A beautiful kill by Buster. Definitely the right move to make. Buster now lurking.
out.
May not go in his favor as Juven is definitely watching that corner. Jin watching the corner of Pasha Sahil again punishes the enemy Chet. Proving once more that he is definitely not someone to be messed around with.
This is a dangerous push onto Seaside. They need to be aware.
Yeah, they need to run it back.
I think Buster's in trouble here.
I think so too. I think he might just be cornered. And there you go. Buster still takes out Juven. Panzer takes out Buster. And just like that, Bullet is going to be taken out. He was in a very sticky situation. Reckoning definitely have the advantage with the Killjoy ultimate. Pixel needs to make quick work or this is going to not turn out to be good. And Jin takes out Pixels as I believe my man Hunter will just go for the save.
I think he should.
Left.
I think he should. He does have the
Spike
Hunter's
planted.
Fury as an option. And no twist is going to shut him down. And there you go, Seth. We called it. Team Reckoning Esports needed to win this round and win they did.
Yep, they did. And I'm so happy for them, man. This is definitely not a game that I would want any team to win too easily. We definitely want a game 3. And man, I think they're going to give it to us.
I think so. And you know what else we haven't seen in this round 1 so far in this tournament is an overtime. We haven't seen a single match go into overtime. And that's unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is looking like a game that it might just go into overtime. But again, Valor is just one more round away from winning. But this is an eco round. They might just be losing this round. Trying to make those pop plays off. Tagged a little bit. Trist and Buster both. Or Trist and Bullet both trading off some nice shots onto each other.
It was the battle of the Sentinels, wasn't it? Through that brick wall.
Absolutely.
What's happening with the economies? Team Valor are on eco right now. 4 Sheriff buys.
Yeah, Team Valor definitely just have to sit back and wait for the enemy to move in on them as they're not going to be able to take on some long-range fights and they would have to wait for some medium-range combat to happen. Oh, and the Hunter's Fury comes out from Hunter. Will he take out? He takes out one.
He gets Jin.
He takes out, oh, he tags so many others. Panzer takes out Buster. It's a 3 versus 4. A little bit of an advantage towards Valor with the health bars. Definitely would be very scary, but I think...
And you know what, Seth? Panzer
player
Stadia, for one reason alone, he doesn't want the Valor team members to pick up those weapons. That's why he stayed behind.
Oh! Hunter gets a beautiful flick!
What a headshot that was.
This might just be a round for Reckoning.
Spike
I
planted.
think so. I think so. They're all at 40 HPs. It's a 40 HP round all around. Every player's got 40 HP.
Hunter is in a very difficult situation. He has to make a tough call whether or not he wants to risk giving up the Vandal.
I think they're gonna go in for a save. I think he's gonna go in for a save.
Yeah, I think so. Me too. And that would be the wise thing to do.
Probably at this point. Interesting though from Panzer. his teammates probably told him, hey, you know what? We're going to go jump into A side and get this plant down. Can you just make sure they don't pick up our guns? And that's what he was trying to do over here. And Hunter, though, what a headshot with that Sheriff. Managed to salvage this nice Reaver Vandal.
Absolutely. Yep. That's it. They played for time. And I think that was a smart decision by Hunter not to go be over aggressive. With that 40 health, definitely not serving him right. But yeah, keeping the gun for himself, I think it's a good spot to be in right now.
I think so. And what that tells me about Team Valor is that they back themselves. They back themselves. They're like, hey, 9-11, we'll give them another round. We can pull it back from there. They're on defense. They should be able to lock this down. Let's take a quick look at the ultimates, and it looks like Pixels is the only player with the Cosmic Divide on Astra available. I don't think we'll see any other ultimates in this round. Maybe Bullet can pull out his Neural Theft if he manages to pick up a kill.
Gets located by the Uven's recon dart. We'll just have to find out what happens next. Pasha Sahil on that box, definitely looking at that nice little cubby, waiting for people and unsuspecting enemies to walk in so he can get some nice clean headshots. Both teams playing it very carefully. Spike being passed on to Bond F. Will he be able to make quick work out of that? He can go in for a quick frag here and there with the spike and try to plant site C, site B, and site A, all very heavily defended as Team Reckoning finally commit to site B. Buster waiting for the smoke to pop down so he's able to get a good kill.
Searching through that smoke for that kill.
The smoke popped by the Panzer over here, making life difficult for Buster. Buster gonna come in with that pop flash. Doesn't necessarily get anyone yet, and he does get. Oh my gosh, Valor take them out one by one. Go for the go for the defuse, and the Emperor's Divide comes out. There you have it, folks. Valor pull it back.
No charges left.
I'm not even sure if Reckoning Esports were on an eco round this time around.
Match point.
Perhaps they were, because I think they did. They were on a half bike.
They had their rifle. Oh, they went half bike. They had their rifles. So I don't know. I thought they were all.
Perhaps because they need the guns this round, man. Whatever be it, they need the guns this round. It is match point. It is a match point, and if Team Reckoning Esports do not pull back 2 rounds, push it to overtime, I'm afraid it is going to be curtains for them in this tournament. Team Valor looking all set to write their name down in that last semi-final spot in this tournament, folks. It is all going to come down to this round. An operator from Pasha Sahil, Reckoning Esports showing some aggression. Oh, they look fired up.
It almost gets tagged. Yeah,
what a reflex updraft that was from him.
Great reflexes, absolutely. Pasha Sahil, he gets a beautiful no! This takes out Pasha Sahil as he's a little too slow on that flick. And definitely advantage towards Team Reckoning over here.
The AWP has gone down.
Trist is also very low, might I add. Trist is a literal breath away from passing out.
He is 2 HP, literally, man. He's 2 HP.
Looking a little hairy. I know definitely Reckoning is in a very scary spot right now. The Panzer now going into the site, but Pixel takes out. Pixel takes out.
He says no. Pixel says no. Jin is gonna pick up the kill on Hunter.
One more.
One enemy remaining.
Buster!
Spike down A.
Very quickly. This is the only one left, and sadly this might be going into the favor of Team
Defenders win.
Valor because he is not that up there. And a beautiful game by Team Valor. Very well played. My goodness. What a game. Both teams should be very proud.
I mean, credit to Reckoning Esports, okay? They fought. It was Haven and they fought. And they lost that first match by a margin, 13-2. You gotta think about what it does to you when you lose 13-2 in the first map. And, you know, we talked about this before, and what do you tell your team as a coach? But I don't know what it was. I think Team Reckoning Esports came back strong. We saw some impressive performances from Trist and Panzer. Panzer in those 1v4 situations way too often, man. Way too often. And I think that's something that they need to look at. But hey, let's talk about Team Valor. It is their night. Okay, 2-0. They didn't want to go to bind. They finished things up at Haven. Buster 24-14, an average combat score of 275, and wait for it, first bloods. Buster's got 6 and Pasha Sahil's got 7. That's 13 first bloods between the two duelists of your team, and that means out of the 23 rounds that were played, 13 of them, the first kill went the way of Team Valor.
I mean, that's how you won it. Those entry fraggers, if they aren't able to get those first bloods, man, it gets really difficult for any team moving forward. But yeah, Team Valor definitely showing the enemy team why the entry fraggers are called entry fraggers and why it puts it takes off so much weight on the team when they're able to get those first bloods. But man, Reckoning has nothing to be ashamed of. Team Reckoning really did really well. Yeah, it was just, you know,
just one of those days, man.
It
was just one of those days.
One of those days.
And I think both Sentinels, right, Trist as well as Bullet. I mean, can we talk about Bullet for a second? How many impact kills did that guy make?
That guy was too good. Too good. The lurking plays, the cams. This man was watching sites like a hawk. Oh man, I have no words. This guy was just exceptional. He played really well. And yeah. Done.
I mean, standout players for me, no doubt. It is going to be Buster, who's going to pick up the match MVP, and no questions asked about it. He was an absolute beast. Make no mistake, he was. And a close second is Trist. Interestingly, the Killjoy top fragging on your team. And you know something's wrong when your Killjoy is top fragging for you. You know there's something wrong when your Killjoy has more first bloods than your Phoenix. I'm just saying.
Oh, but I think Jin was doing a really good job. I think he was just not confident enough to grab that op on the Haven site. But if he had, maybe they would have seen a turn of events and seen some different scenarios. But man, I think Jin he was doing really well. He just kind of needed to have a little bit more confidence in his own abilities.
I think so too, folks. What a game we have just witnessed. Hey, if you're just tuning in, we are just wrapping up round 1. That was our last match of round 1, and we're headed over to the semi-finals tomorrow. This is an 8-team knockout. The prize pool is 50,000 rupees. These teams are fighting for 50,000 rupees. Every match is going to be played out as a best of 3 except for the finals, which is going to be a best of 5, and that is scheduled for Sunday. So make sure you guys are subscribed to our YouTube channel. Click on the bell icon so you get notified on when we go live, and don't miss out on any live action. Another quick announcement is that the Battle Pass giveaway is still live. We pick a new winner every week, folks. Every week. All you got to do is follow us on Instagram, and that's it. You're eligible. We pick a new winner every Wednesday. We announce it. So make sure you guys are tuned in to those posts. We'll be back tomorrow. Set 7 p.m. is what I'm looking at, man, for the semi-finals. I'm excited to cast that alongside you. And the teams that are going to be facing off tomorrow, it's going to be Cohesion. Let's talk about this for a second. Cohesion versus FS Esports. All right, those are two big names. And ROG versus Team Valor. Any predictions, man? Early predictions.
And ROG and Valor both got the 13 victory really early, both on Ascent, so it's hard to tell, but ROG got it 13-1, and Valor got it 13-2, so my money is on Team ROG for the first round. I think for the game 1, ROG will make quick work of Team Valor. But I can be proven wrong. Bullet definitely looking exceptional. Maybe they have a hidden pick under their belt and they're just not willing to show it until the very end. So perhaps we'll just have to wait and see.
Perhaps so. My money, personally, I'm going to have to say FS. FS have shown some resolve. I mean, yesterday, interesting one, Seth, I didn't tell you this, but I was talking to Smoke A yesterday after the game, and he was telling me that the turning point for them in Haven was when they knifed him. Do you remember the round when Paradox knifed him?
Yeah, I do.
And they were down 5-0, and Smoke A he told me, he was like, bro, at that point I knew we were going to win this game. Because I was pissed.
Wow. Symbolic, eh?
And he was like, and if you think about it, from that 5-0, they just turned things around in FS Esports. And that's what I like to see in pro teams. I like to see character, and I like to see strength of character. And when you're getting beaten down, just having that resilience to pick up, to stand up after taking a punch, and just throwing it back at the opposition. And for me, my money, that's why, is going to be on FS. Smokey, if you're watching this, my money's on you. For sure. For sure. FS Esports. But hey, it's all yet to be played, and if you guys are as excited as we are, make sure you guys are tuning in tomorrow. That is pretty much the end for the stream. I will let you guys go. Thanks so much, Seth. It's great casting with you as always. and looking forward to casting the semifinals, folks. Make sure you guys tune back in tomorrow. I'm gonna let you go now. Have a good one, stay safe, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over.